What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ectoplasm Show. My name is Josh Hurd, and joining me is my good pal, confidant, Mr. Jason Koopsick. What's cracking, Playboy?
Oh, I had a lot of fun this week.
A lot of fun?
Yeah, we got fleas.
Ugh. Yeah?
And it took some extra doing to get rid of them this time. You know, it happens. People, you know, the dogs get them there from time to
what
time.
The F? Yeah, okay, so you were cutting out there for a minute.
Oh.
You said you got fleas?
Yeah, I didn't personally have fleas.
Oh.
You know, the dogs get them from time to time, and you just got to treat. But
yeah,
they seem to be harder to get rid of this time. It just took an extra day or so.
They're like super fleas?
I guess so. And they weren't biting me. They were biting my daughter.
Motherfuckers.
So.
It's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
How fucking dare you, flea?
Well, I took care of them.
Fuck yeah, you did. Stepped up.
What have you been doing?
Dude, fuck. Just fuck this whole week, man. Just, ugh. I'm not liking it. It's no fun. It's just, oh my god. I don't know. I really would love to get into it right now, but I can't.
No?
I just can't. No, I can't, man. It has to do with like work and shit like that. I just don't want to fucking get into it. I just can't legally, I guess, get into it. You know what I'm saying?
You're scared.
God. What's that now?
You're scared. They got you whipped.
No, it's not really that. I just can't necessarily talk about it. It's just, yeah. No, nobody's got me scared. Fuck that.
Well, there is somebody that's got you scared, but you can't really say either.
Who's got me scared?
Shanky McShankerson.
That's exactly... Yes, because the fucking shit happened again twice just today. So I'm fucking telling you, man. Shanky McShankerton, he's a suck a dick. Whatever. So yeah, so fun times, man.
I've also been busy on YouTube.
You have been busy.
I decided to put out a new show once a day for the entire month of October.
For those of you keeping score at home, that'd be 31 videos.
Yeah, I think I missed the first day, but I'll make up for it. I decided that October would be the best time to kick off the Ectoplasm YouTube channel. And
makes sense.
It'd be
nice
to do one every day. So far I did the Paratuber tag, which I tagged you in.
Yeah, I still got to get on that.
I asked a question that I asked you in Van Meter to a few different people on a different video.
Yeah.
And then today was the news episode from last week. What I got upcoming is I did my very own first, by myself, Spirit Box app session.
Whoa.
And I decided that even though I don't really like spirit boxes and I don't really know, if they work well, I might as well try it. I'm not hurting anything. Might as well see what happens. I don't think anything happened this time, but who knows? Who somebody might see something in there. I think that I'm gonna put that one out on Friday. Tomorrow I'm gonna put out a news one. So
that's pretty cool stuff, man.
So go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and comment and like our shit.
And like our shit. And then reach out to us, 913-730-7255. You can text us, call us, leave a voicemail, what have you.
Yes, do it while drunk. It'll be that much better.
Absolutely. It always is. Oh, my goodness. So,
rate and review us on iTunes. Is it too early for that?
Nah, it's never too early, right?
Yeah. People go do that. Go give us a rating and review on iTunes. It helps out the show.
Yeah, it just helps people find us. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we're over 600 downloads per day, which is fucking crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Just by the That's amazing, though. I mean, that's good shit. So
Is this what God feels like?
it must be. I don't know, man. I'm not God. I don't know. So what are we talking about tonight, my friend?
We're talking about serial killers.
Yeah, we are.
God,
this shit's so cool.
Jesse from Reddit up near you,
Yes,
suggested we talk about serial killers, and there's a lot of other shows that talk about serial killers from time to time, and it's not paranormal by any means, really. But I figured
it's pretty fucking paranormal, if you ask me.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
It's crazy for sure.
Oh my God!
But I thought maybe we would talk about active or never captured serial killers.
Right.
For the most part, I grabbed active ones that are out there now that they think are serial killers, that they don't have any clue who they are.
That's, oh my gosh. Yeah, and I mean, because like everybody knows the stereotypical serial killers that have been out there. You know, like the John Wayne Gacy and Bundy.
Ted Bundy, yeah.
I mean, fuck. There was a few actually. Gosh, man, I'm gonna have to like look this up real quick.
Was
there
Manson a serial killer, or was his members serial killers?
I don't see. That's just it, buddy. I don't think he actually ever.
You froze. Are you there?
Like, I'm pretty sure he's just kind of. I don't like this internet bullshit.
Okay, you're
Right.
back.
Hey, buddy. I hate it. It's pissing me off. There was one guy that I frickin' came across, man, and I mean, this guy.
Well, here, I'm going to read off what the FBI says about serial killers, not a specific one to start out with, but just some general information about what's going on right now and what a serial killer is.
Do it.
And then we'll get into some of the cases. So, according to a former chief of the FBI's elite serial crime unit, John Douglas, there are 25 to 50 active serial killers in the United States at any given moment.
Holy fuck.
25 to 50 active serial killers. They might not be killing somebody every day or even every year, but there are 25 to 50 active serial killers in the United States. That's just the United States. I got a ton of stuff all over the world, but that's just the United States. According to the FBI, a serial killer is someone who has killed 2 or more victims during incidences occurring in separate events at different times. After the time period between murders separates serial murder from mass murder has been passed. This means that someone who kills several people in a very short period of time but does not kill again is a mass murderer, not a serial killer. A serial killer is someone who has committed at least 2 murders, which were staggered out. And then one last fact. According to some experts, they estimate serial killers kill 150 people each year.
Damn.
And that's just the United States.
Damn. That's fucked, man.
So that 25 to 50 average is 4 to 2 people, 2 to 4 people per serial killer per year.
Wow.
So what guy did you find?
Oh my God, dude. This Pedro Lopez.
Oh yeah, he's the guy that I was saving him, but yeah, we might as well go ahead and talk about him.
300.
I have 500.
Really? Oh
They
my
think.
gosh, man. Okay.
And he's still
I just have here. No, not to my knowledge.
No,
Is he?
was captured and then imprisoned. Well, we'll get into it.
Okay.
Oh wait,
God.
no, this is the guy that's a different guy. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This guy,
read yours.
What I was going to say is this guy's Colombian serial killer accused of raping and killing more than 300 girls across South America. Preyed on young and vulnerable girls in Peru, lured them to secluded areas, unoccupied buildings, where he raped each of them before killing them. I guess killing his method of choice was like strangulation. He was arrested when an attempted abduction failed, and then he was trapped by market traders, apparently. He confessed to over 300 murders. Police only believed him when a flash flood uncovered a mass grave containing many of the victims. Eventually, 53 bodies were then discovered. So he was imprisoned in 1980. Yes. He served 18 years.
He was released.
Then was fucking released from an Ecuadorian prison, was then deported to Colombia, where then he was rearrested, and then in 2002 sentenced to life.
Oh, the Wikipedia doesn't have that.
That's just the last. Now this is from murderpedia.org.
Oh.
What a fucking name for a website. I love it. Yeah, just, oh my God, demented shit. Yeah, man. Just fucking weird. And some of these people are not like, they're not your run-of-the-mill fucking psychos. Okay?
He wasn't rearrested in 2002.
So this was false. It
says that Interpol released an advisory for his rearrest in 2002 in Colombia, but he has not been rearrested yet because they don't know where he is.
Motherfucker.
At least, that's as much as we could find online. But yeah, 300 women.
I like the stories with the happy ending. Like this Dr. Harold Shipman. You remember this or hearing about this guy?
No.
So he was an English doctor, one of the world's most prolific serial killers, talking up to 250 murders. Basically what he would do is he was a trusted doctor, well respected in a small community. However, then colleagues and local undertakers began raising concerns because of the high death rate in the area and the large number of cremation forms for elderly women that he had then countersigned. So several bodies were all like exhumed post-mortem, obviously, and like they revealed that this diamorphine was all in their system. So what he was doing was he was injecting fatal doses of this diamorphine into patients' bodies where they would die. He then forged their wills so he could then inherit large sums of their money, completed the cremation request to destroy the victims' bodies. And but yeah, they sentenced his ass to 15 consecutive life sentences, recommended that he never be released, and then he hung himself in January of 2004 in Wakefield prison. Killed himself in his prison cell. That's a happy ending. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a happy fucking ending.
So, have you heard of the Mexicali Ripper?
No.
So some of these that I have are outside the United States. So, but our border's pretty wide open, so they could be here. So,
you go for. By God, who's gonna take care of that, though?
The multitude of female murders.
You fucker.
What?
Nothing. Keep reading. Nothing. I made a strong joke. Come on.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. Uh-oh.
The multitude of female murders in Mexicali since 2008 have shown such remarkable similarities that officials now firmly believe that a serial killer or possible multiple serial killers are actively targeting women in the city. Some are even speculating that the killings may be the work of an entire family.
Fuck me.
Of those murdered, only 2 were not prostitutes or addicts. In some of the cases, the victims were dismembered and their remains were dumped in desolate spots. Mexican officials are usually shy to admit the existence of a serial killer due to the vast number of organized crime-related murders. This changed in 2011 when the Attorney General confirmed these murders were not drug or crime-related, but definitely the work of a madman. They attribute 44 victims so far to this killer or killers.
Damn, man.
But that's nothing. Have you heard of the smiley face killer?
Oh, fuck. What is the smiley face killer?
This may be more than 1 or 2 people but I'll just read what they have to say about it. Oh, Mikey says, kisses, you guys gotta pass out. We'll hit up the podcast. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you, buddy.
Although many believe the smiley face killer, who is probably Mike, is nothing more than an urban legend, the frightening number of young men drowning all over the USA has finally been noticed by the FBI. In each of the 200-plus cases, a young man disappeared after a late night of partying and was found drowned after a certain time. The smiley face theory came about when two retired New York detectives examined the evidence and found graffiti depicting the smiley face at many of the drowning sites. They then proposed that the nationwide drownings were not accidental, but rather the work of a serial killer. Investigations by other police forces have disputed the theory, however, claiming that alcohol is the main culprit. But be that as it may, families and friends of the deceased have questions that nobody can answer. Until someone does, the death toll just keeps climbing. So, what do you think of that? All these drownings, they're all partying and stuff, but there's smiley face is kind of generic, but
it's generic, yes, but it's more than a coincidence, I think, that it's at all of these locations. I mean, that's pretty fucking random to just see a smiley face graffiti painted somewhere in that general vicinity right there where somebody was just found fucking dead.
Yeah.
That's weird. You know what I'm saying? And that would definitely raise some eyebrows, in my opinion.
Well, it's something to look for. If you get drunk and go for a walk.
Yeah, maybe people just can't fucking swim. You know what I mean?
Keep an eye out for the smiley faces. Maybe
God.
There's the prelude to the clowns.
It could be. Maybe it just kind of missed the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like the cut of your jib. You may be onto something there.
My jib.
The cut of your jib.
So, have you been to Albuquerque lately?
I have not been to Albuquerque since ever.
Well, you wouldn't have anything to worry about if you went there because this one only kills women.
Oh, thank God for that.
They're prostitutes, but who knows what you might be doing there.
Interesting.
The West Mesa murders. What?
Who knows what your business is in Albuquerque?
You never can tell with these guys.
I'm telling you, shady fucks.
The West Mesa murders refer to the remains of 11 women found buried in 2009 in the desert on the West Mesa of Albuquerque, New Mexico. No suspects have been identified in the case, and a serial killer is believed to be responsible. On February 2nd, 2009, a woman walking a dog found a human bone on the West Mesa and reported it to police. As a result of the subsequent police investigation, authorities discovered the remains of 11 women and a fetus buried in the area.
God damn.
The women were between 15 and 32 years of age. Most were Hispanic, and most were involved with drugs or prostitution. I won't read all their names.
That's ridiculous, though, man.
There was a 13-year-old runaway from Oklahoma.
And she just ran away and then was found dead, basically?
Yeah, they have the 7 of them have yet to be identified.
Fuck. So I mean, this is still like very active.
They had a couple of suspects, but they fell through. They investigated a couple other people that were caught. Oh, look, in August 2010, police searched several properties in Joplin, Missouri, associated with a local photographer and businessman in connection with the West Mesa area. They confiscated tens of thousands of photos from the man, who reportedly used to visit the state fair in Albuquerque. But that's all it says about that. That's weird. No official suspects have ever been named in connection with the murders. There's a $100,000 reward.
100 grand?
Yeah.
Shit. That's what we should do, buddy.
We should start being bounty hunters.
It's exactly what I was going to say. You and me. We hit the fucking road, become like Dog. Like Dog the bounty hunter.
You can have the mullet.
I'll fucking rock that mullet. You can have, I don't know. Who, didn't he have like a partner? That was his wife.
Yeah, he had a wife and he had his son. It was a whole family.
That's what it was. It was the family. God, it's been a day or 5 since I've seen that show. Now that I don't have regular.
I don't think I've ever watched that show.
I'm the dog, the big bad dog.
Daytona Beach Killer. Have you heard of the Daytona Beach Killer?
No.
Why is that funny?
It's not, man. It's not funny. The Daytona Beach Killer. Please fucking tell me about this.
He's a serial killer, or is a serial killer, responsible for the murder of 4 to 7 women in the Daytona Beach area from 2005 to 2007.
Damn, though.
The first known victim was 45-year-old Lorette Laquetta, who was found in an alley on December 26, 2005. She had been shot in the back of the head. DNA was recovered from the scene. The second victim was 34-year-old Julie, found 2006. She had also been shot in the back of the head. No DNA recovered, but tire tracks were found. They have 7 possible victims.
Damn, man.
They pulled DNA from someone off of all of them.
Yeah.
They fit the profile of a white male, but they don't have a match for it, so they don't know who it is.
It's interesting.
But it's women again.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it Bundy that always went after the men?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was. Like Ted Bundy going after the I believe it was homosexual men, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Probably repressing something.
Yeah, I mean, most likely. But I mean, oh my gosh, this stuff right here it's a fascinating subject. And I think it's fascinating because it's fucking terrifying, number one. But number two, we try to understand, we try to get into their fucking psyches. Why are they doing these horrific frickin' things? And they don't fucking care, it seems.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know what that was. There was a noise up here.
Oh.
Have you noticed now I'm not doing the shows with the lights off anymore? I got the fucking places nice and bright. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
The house, man.
You scared?
Oh. No, it's just the house is so fucking active all the time. It just, shit doesn't stop around this joint. I don't understand, man.
My next one is one that can happen anywhere or be anybody.
Let's do it.
The highway serial killings.
Ooh, shit.
Here's a case.
This is a mobile motherfucker.
Yeah. Here's a case where the serial killer isn't one person, but quite possibly a whole industry. In 2004, the FBI announced the Highway Serial Killings Initiative. After VCAP, analysts discovered patterns in female bodies dumped off U.S. highways. Most of the 450-plus victims were involved in the sex trade or otherwise at high-risk lifestyles and were picked up at truck stops or service stations.
450.
Yeah. Long-haul truck drivers became the immediate suspects. To date, at least 10 suspects have been arrested with connection to the murders. Unfortunately, hundreds of these killings remain unsolved, and more murders occur every month. Apart from truck drivers, the FBI also believes that these killers may be people who need to use the highways daily due to their specific occupations. So this is what they think is an organized group of serial killers that pick this occupation because it allows them to move around the country and flee from their bodies that they leave behind.
Could it just be bored truckers?
It could be. I'm sure.
You think they got
even if half of them are just pick up a hooker and get drunk and kill her, that's still another half of organized serial killing.
You think they got like a Facebook group?
Maybe.
Yeah. Call it something completely separate from what you're actually doing. Not like just, United Truckers that kill bitches and things like that. You could call it like Truckers for Jesus.
No, it'd be like...
Nobody'd be the wiser.
Lot Lizard Liquors.
Oh, my God. Lot Lizards. What a great term.
Have you ever seen a lot lizard?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. No, I don't know because I never know what I would be looking for. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess I don't spend that much time at truck stops. You know what I'm saying?
Well, neither do I.
I mean, I go in there, take my piss, and grab my, whatever beverage or whatever I'm doing, probably a pack of smokes, and I'm back on the road. I don't dawdle.
You don't walk around trying to get a ride?
No. No.
Use the showers?
No, I've never done that either.
Mm-mm.
Are those available to regular dudes like you and I? Or do you got to be a trucker for that shit?
I think that anybody can pay to use them. I don't know.
Hey,
all you lot lizards out there, let us know.
Give us a call.
What it's like spending time at truck stops.
I don't know, man.
You got any more? I got more. You got any more?
No, I'm just enjoying listening to you, man. I have a shit ton of other cases or whatever, but these guys, for the majority, are
let's talk about those a little bit.
So, I'm trying to find. Oh my God, some of these dudes I'm looking at, they just look fucked up. Like, terribly fucked up. Why do they do this? Like this poor bastard. This Ted Bundy guy, man. And then there was, of course, Gacy. Now, wasn't Gacy the one that dressed up like a clown?
He didn't just dress up as a clown. He was a clown, a professional clown, as far as I know.
Okay. Let me see if I can find anything here. Assaulted and murdered 33 teenage boys and young men. Series of killings between 72 and 78 in Chicago.
Gacy did men too, and boys.
Looks like. Lured victims to his home with the promise of work or money before murdering them by strangulation with a tourniquet. Gacy had buried 26 of his victims in the crawl space under his home before disposing of later victims in the Des Plaines River. Let's see. Convicted of 33 murders, Gacy was then sentenced to death, spent 14 years on death row before finally being executed by lethal injection May 10th of 94. Crazy shit. Now, this guy is the one I was looking for. Andre Chikatilo? I don't even know. Chikatilo? I can't pronounce
Russian?
it. Very much so, yes.
Is he the one that was released and then rearrested as well?
That I don't know. No, I don't think so. Maybe so. Fuck, I don't know. Let's read on. Soviet serial killer, nicknamed the Butcher of Rostov, committed the sexual assault, murder, and mutilation of at least 52 women and children in Russia between 1978 and 1990. So, I mean, this guy was at it for a while. Believing he was the killer. Oh, my God. Why do people do this to me? Anyway, I get a fucking phone call. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Believing he was the killer, police carried out surveillance, which eventually proved adequate grounds to arrest him, confessed to a total of 56 murders, was tried for 53 of the killings in April of 92. Victims' relatives demanding that authorities release him so that they could kill him themselves. He was then convicted, sentenced to death for 52 of these murders in October of 92, and then executed by fucking firing squad in February of 94. How fucking amazing is that? Firing squad.
There was a guy in Utah killed by a firing squad just like 10 years ago.
What?
He chose it.
What?
It's the only state. I don't think they even. I don't know off the top of my head if they still allow it or not, but I think that Utah, I'm pretty sure it's Utah, they still had it on the books as a possible option for the method of execution, and he chose it.
Here's my question.
He sped it up, too, because originally they were, he was going to sit on death row for a while, and he made him do it. He got the lawyer involved and said, I want to die, and they did it. And you know how those work, right? You know how those work.
The firing squad?
Yeah.
If I am remembering correctly, because now I'm going all the way back to like probably my freshman or sophomore year of high school, I believe that they all line up or whatever, and only one of them is a blank. Is that correct?
I thought they were all blanks but one.
I thought it was all but one. That way you couldn't definitively say that you were the one that, killed him. Now, your way seems a little more humane, probably. But I don't know, man. It's freaking weird.
Well, here.
It's absolute.
Let's look
yeah,
up the,
can you Google
let's look up the Googles.
Let's Google it. Give it a Google. It's worth a Google.
Firing squad Utah.
Rules. Firing squad rules. Oh my God. That's fucking crazy though. It's something like that. Your way is probably more humane, I would say.
Oh, he was sitting on death row for a while. It was in 2010.
Wow, man. It's not that long ago.
He was in jail for robbery. Oh, capital murder was in 1985. So he sat there for 25 years.
On death row.
Yeah.
Living the good life.
Now let's see. Execution by firing squad.
Yeah, let's do this.
Blank cartridge. In some cases, all members of the firing squad may be issued a weapon containing a blank cartridge. Sometimes all but one member have live rounds. No member of the firing squad is told beforehand. I don't know.
So it depends on where you're
at. It says, in more recent times, such as in the execution of Ronnie Lee Gardner, which is the one in Utah in 2010, a rifleman may be given a dummy cartridge containing a wax bullet instead of a lead bullet, which provides a more realistic recoil. But it still didn't say how many people.
Huh.
Execution.
That's nuts.
On June 15, 2010, Gardner ate a last meal of steak, lobster tail, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, and 7-Up before beginning a 48-hour fast while watching Lord of the Rings film trilogy and reading Divine Justice. According to his lawyers, the fast motivation by spiritual reasons.
Spiritual reasons. I mean,
Gardner was executed on June 28, 2010 at 12:15 a.m. by a firing squad at Utah State Prison in Draper. He was placed in restraints on a black metal chair with the hood covering his head. Sandbags were arranged around him to absorb ricochets. The firing squad was made up of 5 anonymous volunteers who were certified police officers.
whoa.
The officers stood about 25 feet from Gardner, aiming at a white target positioned over his head. One of their .30 caliber Winchester rifles was selected at random and loaded with a non-lethal wax bullet. So you were right; it was all but one had bullets, so that they would not who certainly fired the fatal shots. According to the Utah Department of Corrections, the squad used a countdown cadence beginning with 5 and simultaneously firing right before 2.
Whoa.
So they fired. They made it so that he didn't know when it was coming.
They fired on 2. Yeah, I mean, that would really fuck up the anticipation there, wouldn't it? Like, God.
What? Okay.
That's really weird.
No, yeah, sorry, I was still reading this. He was the first person to be executed by firing squad of the United States since the execution of John Albert Taylor 14 years earlier. This is the part I was laughing about. A commemorative coin was commissioned for prison staff who participated in the execution.
What the fuck? Like a never forget type of thing?
I guess. Gardner's friends and family gathered outside the prison at a candlelight vigil while playing Freebird by Leonard Skinner and did not witness his execution.
But I'm sure they heard something. Don't you think?
Yeah. That reminds me of something. There's a park here in Kansas City called Shawnee Mission Park. And it's probably one of the larger parks in the metro. And I go hiking there all the time.
Okay.
And I only thought of this because of what you said about hearing it. A few years ago, it was probably 5 years ago, they did a culling because the deer population there was the highest density in the country.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, but all these protesters were out there protesting it. And they ended up using silencers and bows, but I thought they shouldn't have used the silencers so that everybody protesting out there would be able to hear the shots. But they didn't. They used silencers. So.
Oh, my God. That's just amazing. Amazing.
Here's a serial killer you don't have to worry about. He's in Pakistan, and he only kills children.
Thank God. I'm not a kid. All right.
The Karachi child killer.
My God.
A particularly vicious child killer is on the prowl in Mobina town something in Pakistan. 5 children. What?
Pakistan. Sorry.
5 children have already disappeared this year, of which 3 bodies turned up and 2 are still missing. I think that where I got this was from 2013. In 2012, 8 of the 10 reporting missing children were found murdered, all of whom had been raped and horrifically tortured as well. The killer gets so carried away during the murders that some of the children have been found with their organs gouged out and their necks torn open.
The guy's a sick fuck.
Yeah, according to the Madagascar National Helpline, there has been a sharp rise in abductions and murders in Karachi, with more than 190 reported cases of missing children since January. Most of the reported cases came from Mobina town. They only credit 15 victims to this one serial killer, but if they have 190 reported cases of missing children, it could be a ton more.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the first one I guess child is a loose definition. Because Gacy technically killed children, not only children, but they were teenagers. But
right. But I mean, still children. I mean, nonetheless. I mean, they are. Or were.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Here's one where they thought they had the killer, but they didn't.
Oh, they thought they caught the right guy.
Yeah, this one's in the U.S.
But they fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Well, they
Real guys
believe they did.
Real guy still out there?
Maybe. Let's see. Edgecombe County serial killer. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Edgecombe County, North Carolina, 10 black women have disappeared since 2005. 9 have since been found murdered. All of the women and one man, a cross-dressing male found dismembered, were involved in sex trades and had issues with substance abuse. The killer, also known as the Seven Bridges Killer, is almost certainly still at large. A man named Antoine Pittman was convicted of one of these murders in 2011, and some suspect him of being the Seven Bridges Killer, but the majority consensus is that it's not him. Bitter local residents feel that police sat on the case for too long, quite possibly due to still hostile relationship between law enforcement and African Americans in the area. So yeah, they have a guy in custody, but only charged him for one of the murders, and now they don't think it's him.
That's so fucked up. It's so fucking weird to me.
There's another one in Long Island. The Long Island serial killer.
Okay.
The Long Island serial killer is an unidentified murderer connected to deaths as recent as 2013 with a penchant for women who work for the sex trade.
God.
The LISK is believed to have murdered between 10 to 17 victims, dumping and dismembering their body parts onto remote beaches. Several remote beach towns have become the dumping grounds of the Long Island serial killer over the past 15 years.
So fucking wrong.
His techniques has evolved as he gained confidence. At first, victims were dismembered and their body parts scattered at various locations. The more recent victims, on the other hand, were found intact. All of them were dumped unburied underneath thick brush, very close to the road. According to the FBI profilers, the elusive killer premeditates his attacks, and he has ties to law enforcement as he clearly displays an advanced knowledge of police procedures. He's also very familiar with the South Shore of Long Island. I wonder if we have any listeners up there.
I don't know. That'd be fucking crazy, though. Maybe... Never mind. I'm not even going to say it.
Maybe what?
I'm not even going to entertain the thought. Yeah. What if, dude?
Here's another Canadian one. Maybe he's listening, eh?
Hey. Maybe he's out.
From 1969 to 2011, a series of unsolved murders and disappearances of young women were happening on a 500-mile stretch of Highway 16 in British Columbia, Canada. Although a victim count has been estimated to be 21, it is likely to be much more. With many of the victims being Aboriginal women, the police force was accused of racism and overlooking the reports. That's all I have on that one.
Wow. So 500-mile stretch of road.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying.
In British Columbia. Now, it doesn't say where in British Columbia. It could be in the middle of nowhere, or it could be in a town.
Yeah. Damn, man.
Here's one called The Pusher.
The Pusher?
Actually, this... Weirdly, I'm reading a book right now that had something like this in it. But I'll go ahead and read it.
Okay.
Dubbed The Pusher in Manchester, England, the killer purposefully pushes its victims into a nearby canal that lines the popular, quote, gay area of Manchester's club scene. Since 2007, 85 bodies have been pulled out of the canal, and half of them are still unexplained, with suggestions that an active serial killer could solely be targeting homosexual men. Many families have begun questioning the police for answers. So, in this area, these men are being pushed or dying. I guess if it's a club scene, they could be drunk and falling in, but they've explained half of them, and they were not they were killed, I guess. 85 of them since 2007. That's a lot of drunks just falling into the canal.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
I think for it to be just some random accident or what.
What I was reading was it. One of the first chapters at the very beginning of the book. Yeah.
The Stephen King novel?
Yeah. One of the clowns, it's not really a clown, but one of Pennywise's first victims is, well, in the book, is a gay man who's pushed into a canal after being outside a club.
Maybe they need to question Mr. Stephen King. Just gonna throw it out there.
Maybe. What's his whereabouts these days?
I don't know. He's somewhere in the Boston area, isn't he? Is he out that direction?
Probably. He usually sticks around up there.
I don't know, man. The guy's a national treasure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we question him on this? Let's get his ass on the show. Do you think that's even possible?
Probably not.
Why you got bust balls?
I could try.
Why you got bust balls? Koopsik.
I'm just saying.
Why you got bust balls?
He's worth $400 million.
Yep.
I don't think he's... Let's see. Well, I'll just send him... I don't know. I'll send him something that'll entice him to come on the show.
Do it.
What do you think I'm talking about?
Entice him, please.
All right. I'll entice him.
I tell you what, you guys want a thumping good fucking read from Stephen King? The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Check that shit out. It's just like a novella. Little girl gets lost in the woods, and it's just like her thought process. It is amazing.
I've seen it. I think I might actually have it on my shelf. I have 25 of his books that I've only read like 5 of them, 10 of them.
So good.
So February 9th, does that date mean anything to you, Killer?
February 9th? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
February 9th. Let's see. No, I got shit. I don't know, man. What's up? I usually hole up pretty good in the winter.
This is called the February 9th serial killer.
What the fuck?
Only killing on February 9th. This particular killer struck once in 2006 and again in 2008, but has since remained quiet with the case going cold in 2011. With his victims being Hispanic and his methods of killing strangulation, the 3 murders were all linked through DNA. However, unless he strikes again, it is unlikely he'll ever be caught due to being no record of his DNA on file. So, if you're Hispanic, don't go out on February 9th. You might get strangled. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I wonder what that date means to him. It's got to mean something to him.
It has to. There has to be some fucking significance there. Like, that's what's fascinating about this, is why they all choose to go down this path. There is a very powerful antecedent somewhere buried in there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There is some very powerful cause behind all of this for each individual. It's so fucking weird. That's what, ultimately, I think that's what makes it fascinating, is all of just the mental illness. I think, honestly, is what makes it fascinating. It's like fucking watching a train wreck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, the creme de la creme. The biggest guy still out there.
Oh, fuck. All right.
The predator of Ciudad Juarez. Ciudad Juarez, Mexico.
Okay.
Juarez is believed to be the most dangerous city in the world. Apart from being the home base for various drug cartels, It has a long history of barbarous crimes committed against women. Since 1993, more than 500 women have died at the hands of vicious killers. Many of these cases have been solved and the perpetrators jailed, though those were usually members of gangs, cartels, and various cults. Something or someone far more sinister lurks to this very day. Roughly a third of these murder cases. So they got it 500 to 1,000. A third of these murder cases are so similar that they can only be the work of a single serial killer.
Fuck.
Unfortunately, the killer has not been found, and the female disappearances and murders continue to escalate to this very day.
So it's all female. The
all
victims.
female. All in this same town. I mean, where are all these women coming from? We're going to kill off the entire population.
We're running out, man. Stop it.
Out of 1,000, a third, at least, that's 300 to 400, are so similar in the way that they are killed, they believe it's one person doing it.
That is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Fuck. So what exact does it say or describe how they're being killed, or?
Well, here, let me look up this guy in more detail, because he was on a list, and of course he was number 1 on that list, but
like the most deadliest motherfucker you ever could meet?
The predator of
Did you find it?
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking to where.
Crazy.
I'm trying to see if they give how they're killed or how they're connected.
Yeah, like an MO, right? Like it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. What I'm wondering is, like, because they said, oh, it's all so similar, like how these bodies are, you know, found or how they're killed or whatever. It makes me wonder, what is that similarity? Or is there more than one, obviously,
Holy crap.
similarity?
2011 had 300 women murdered in just that year alone.
What the fuck? How? Ugh.
Okay,
so the guy
of the various different kinds of murders that were analyzed, the study found 2 common patterns in the data, which were classified as intimate femicide and systematic sexual femicide. Intimate femicide refers to the women who were killed by men that were close to them. According to the study, intimate femicide accounted for 30% of the murders of women and girls in Juarez. Systematic sexual femicide refers to systematic patterns in the killing of women and children, including kidnapping, sexual violence, torture, and body abandonment. Whoa.
What's up over there, buddy?
So, this serial killer is bad, yes. Very bad, yes.
Yeah.
You want to know how? So they had 300 they had 300 women loosely based tied to this guy in 2011. Of the 3,700 homicides in 2010.
Yeah.
And 2011 had 2,000 homicides. 2009 had 2,700 homicides.
Okay.
How are there still people living there?
Right. You're just mowing them down.
Motives.
Oh my God. That's crazy. I don't know, man. What do you think, though? What do you think is in their heads that would make them do this? What are your honest thoughts?
I don't know. There's a fine line between what makes a serial killer and what makes an eccentric, like, billionaire person. So I've mentioned them on the show from time to time. There's a show called Sofa King Podcast, and I listen to them. And outside our show, they're my favorite podcast to listen to. Sorry, ramblings. I've told him that anyways. They do a lot of serial killers, and they do a lot of serial killer episodes, and they do a lot of billionaire episodes and stuff like that.
Sure.
There's not a whole lot of difference between how they were raised, or there's just minor little differences in that way. And
it is interesting. But
usually they're super smart. They're super what's the word? Manipulative, and can get anybody to do anything they want, and they usually have a bad relationship with their mother, just crap like that. So
it's fascinating to me, because when I look at us as just human beings in general, I don't see us as I don't know. We are not programmed to want to kill or even necessarily inflict harm on others. We don't think that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, if this is from the FBI, it's an article, but the steps. These 9 signs could help you spot a serial killer before it's too late.
No way.
1. Childhood abuse and neglect. 2. Poor school reports and employment records despite intelligence.
Okay.
Excessive antisocial behavior. Excessive fantasizing. Head injuries. Voyeurism.
Literally knocking a screw loose.
Yeah. Bedwetting.
Okay. Bedwetting.
Arson. Animal torture. Those were the 9.
That's interesting.
Animal torture. Their typical lack of empathy and inability to experiment on the actual target of their twisted desires often compels serial killers to torture and kill animals during childhood and teenage years. Example, many serial killers kill animals before moving on to humans, but Jeffrey Dahmer is a famous case. He impaled a dog's head on a stick and left it out for people to see.
How old was he when he did that shit?
It doesn't say.
Wow.
Let's see the example of bedwetting. Alton Coleman, a spree killer who murdered 7 people, was a persistent bedwetter. So much so, he was nicknamed Pissy by his peers.
Wow. Fuck, man. That's just weird.
Power junkie is another. Manipulator. Egotistical bragger. Superficial charmer. An average Joe. Seen as an average Joe. That could be me.
It's always the quiet ones.
What do you think? Are you afraid of serial killers? It could literally randomly happen to anybody.
It could. It absolutely could. I am not afraid of
You got too
serial
much
killer.
else to be afraid of?
Yeah, I got a lot on my plate right now. You know what I mean? All the alien stuff. I mean, it's a full-time thing I got rocking over here. No, it's interesting though. Fuck. I'm just thinking because, like, as you were reading that list, you and I can talk in more detail after the show.
You were thinking of somebody.
I was thinking of I know quite a few somebodies who fit at least 6 out of the 9 that you just fucking mentioned. The only reason I say 6 out of the 9 is because, number one, I don't know if they are killing animals or anything like that, or ever killed animals in their younger years, or if they pissed the bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea of that. But
this
I know
wasn't just younger years for bedwetting. This was for adulthood.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that just doesn't come up.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Jeff.
Yeah,
How you doing? I've been pissing the bed ever since I was 3. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
A lot of
you know,
times
it's just
they
something
have an overwhelming obsession with their mother, either negative or positive, but it's almost always an overwhelming obsession with their mother.
Norman, is that you? Sorry. Oh my God.
There was a serial killer in Canada. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I know this. He wasn't even a serial killer. He maybe, well, technically he could be called a serial killer because he killed more than 2 people at 2 different times.
Yep.
And
there it is.
what he would do is up to 50 bodies, he would go dig them up as soon as they were, or no, he found out that the local graveyard, that after a funeral, they would leave the casket above ground overnight and then bury it the next day. He would go take the bodies, skin them, return the bodies the next day so that they could be buried. They found nipple belts and like boob lampshades and all this stuff. He made an entire human suit of women's. It was always women. And it had to do with he was trying to be his mother.
This is like Silence of the Lambs shit.
Except for he was mostly killing. He wasn't killing. He was just skinning and trying to be his mother. There's pictures of the nipple belts and all the stuff they pulled out of his house. This
Would somebody
back
just
in
hug
the 80s and 60s and 70s, I think.
Hug your fucking children, people. Would you just hug your fucking kids? My God.
So do you think that there may be something evil or paranormal going on in these people?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, obviously that argument, other than being insane, wouldn't hold up in court. But
right.
I mean,
if people already think you're crazy, they are not going to believe a fucking thing that comes out of your head. Like, for example, oh, the devil made me do it. You know what I mean? Or I am hearing voices. You know, something like that. Like, let's say hypothetically that they are fucking like possessed or what have you. Who's gonna fucking believe a crazy person? Nobody. Therefore, it would be the perfect breeding ground for said demonic entity or whatever to be the vessel right there.
It would also be a great excuse for anybody intelligent enough to try to use it.
Perfect. This is the problem, because now you have both sides of the coin that are just as equally dismissible, right?
Mm-hmm.